Howdy guys, and welcome back. So today we're filming episode 2 of Weird Gear. Today's review is going to be a stick. There we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you.
Wait, also...
Okay, let's get started. Today we're going to be reviewing the Edison Stick by Barebones Living. A little bit of backstory how I got this. I was scrolling on Instagram, cool product popped up, of course I'm gonna go check it out, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't one of those like cool gadgets you see on 10 different websites and then you order it and you never get it. But sure enough, going through their Instagram, this product was unique to Barebones Living. I'm gonna pop their website right down here. I went to go buy it, it was out, turned on my notifications. Once it came back in stock, I went and got it. So what is a Edison Stick by Barebones Living? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read their description because they'll probably do a better job describing it than I will. So the Edison Stick, according to Barebones Living, this is a completely unique collector's item. This vintage-inspired 100% brass and copper light stick is an outdoor lantern and emergency flashlight. It is the most multi-purpose and compact light in our collection. Dual lighting option makes it ideal for camping or luxury backpacking. We're going to touch on that. Clip it on your travel bag with the added strap or store it in your emergency kit for when you need it. Also going to touch on that. Flexible lantern, light, lantern, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You guys get what they were going for. So what we're gonna do is, before we dive into the review, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a spec check in so you guys can get the basic information on this item, and then we'll get started. Here we go. Alright, so that was your spec check. Hopefully that gives you the basic information you need when deciding whether you want to purchase this item or not. The way we're going to do the review is we're going to go over the pros of the item, the things it's doing well, the so-sos, the things that are middle of the road, not deal breakers, not great, and then the oh no's. Those are going to be things that might be potential deal breakers, and that's how we're going to break this up. Let's begin with the pros of what the Edison Stick has to offer. First things first, I've showed you guys some kind of like B-roll footage of this thing, but I mean, if you take a look at it, here's a closer look. So to start the pros out, we're going to talk about just the way this thing looks. Now, it's going to be subjective for different people. For me, this thing freaking looks cool. It's handsome. It's real copper, real brass, real little leather strap here, and I'm very happy with the overall aesthetics of it. Okay, besides the look of it being used as a functional lantern, I have actually been using this thing pretty much every night now. It has lots of different modes, but the ambient lighting, like the lowest setting on here, is great. I use this a lot for when I'm getting up in the morning. If it's like 4:35 a.m., my wife is still sleeping, I'll click this on, one click, just gives me enough lighting to get things going. It's a real soft, kind of warm light. It's not waking anybody up. It's not harsh on the eyes. It's real easy to adjust to in the morning. So part of this got cut off, but what I wanted to say too is the other settings are very functional in lighting up a room. The brightest setting does a great job at lighting up the room, but it's a nice soft ambient light. It's not harsh on the eyes, but it's bright. You can see everything that's going on. And another pro of this is the battery life. I can leave this on if I fall asleep with it on at night. It is still going the next day. I'll click it off. Next night comes, I'll click it back on, and it still runs. I have not experienced any shortage of battery life on this. It seems to last at least as long as they say it does. The next thing I want to go over is the charging port. This has a USB-C charging port. That is the type my phone uses. That's what a lot of the chargers are nowadays, unless you have an Apple, of course. A lot of my other lights still are utilizing, even some of the newer ones, that micro USB, and now it's to the point where I have to search around for a cord just to charge my lights. So I'm glad they went with USB-C. So the next thing is something that was initially in the so-sos, and I kind of bumped it up a little bit, and that's going to be the price point. Now, it's coming in at $75, and initially I thought that was a little high, and then I started looking into some of the competitors for these modular rechargeable lanterns, especially one that has multi-function use like this. It's actually right up there with the competitors, and Barebones Living does do a lot of like the sales going on, 11% off, 15% off, so on and so forth. So you can actually usually get it a little bit cheaper. So you can probably get it if you keep a lookout for a sale for probably about $65, and that does put it kind of right there with all the other like rechargeable lanterns, and this one's kind of cool. Now we're gonna jump into the so-sos. The first thing is gonna be the size. It's an interesting size. It's small to the point where you think it's kind of portable, but it's almost too big to be portable on your person, so it is gonna have to go in a pack or something. But I feel like it's in this weird little middle ground. So here it is next to like a can of Coke and like a AA battery. Kind of gives you a range, and I feel like it's an awkward size because it's almost small enough that I kind of want to carry it with me. And I think there's an opportunity here. I bet you they do a smaller version. I would like to see a smaller version. Larger, I think, is just kind of up in the air. The other so-so is the flashlight operation of this. It is a flashlight that has 2 brightness modes, and they do work pretty well, but for somebody who's expecting to use this as primarily a flashlight, you're not going to be getting that out of this. The flashlight is just so-so. It's not a great flashlight, but it's not bad by any means. The other thing I want to talk about with the so-sos is the portability of this. Like I said, it is kind of in that weird thing. You wouldn't want to just throw it in your bag with your other gear. They talk about clipping it on. This little guy right here, we're gonna get in on that. That loop right there, that is not quite big enough for most carabiners that I'm familiar with. So how would you transport this? So I'm gonna offer a solution real quick that I would like to see Barebones come up with. So this is something I would like to see them offer, and that's gonna be a little traveling case, because you don't want to just throw this in your bag the way it is. You don't want to get it dinged up, scratched. You got metal gear in there, and you don't want to be hanging on your bag because, like I said, that loop's kind of small. I would like to see them introduce a case for this. This is a knife case. It comes with a Spec knife when you get it, and this one is a little bit of a snug fit, but I would much rather throw that in my bag versus throwing my $75 brass copper lantern in there with all my other gear. So having this in there, that this can go in, and I can put the charging cord in here, I would like to see a little like travel carrying case that I could use for it. All right, before we jump into the oh-nos, let's summarize. I think it functions well as a lantern. I love the ambient lighting. I love the looks of this thing. The price is okay by me. So-so is the size. It's an awkward size. It's not big enough for like my primary lantern, but too small to be portable. I would like to see a mini version come up in the future, and some of the other so-sos are portability. I would like it to have a traveling case, and oh, we do like the USB-C. So what is the oh no? This is a big opportunity with this, and I realize this is a lantern that you can just kind of set down and walk away. It is pretty heavy, so it does stand on its own, but there is no way to hang this like a lantern, like a traditional lantern. Most traditional lanterns are going to have a handle that you can hold it by, or that you can put on a hook and hang it, or you can make some sort of impromptu holder that would hang off a branch or something like that. This does not. We're going to say that that does not count. That does not count. Sorry, Barebones. And that is a missed opportunity. But so it is an oh no, because I don't have that function of this, and with it being a lantern, you know, if I am going to carry it around, I have to kind of hold it over my head or hold it in front of me. However, I am not the type of person to complain without offering up a solution. So I do actually, no, there's probably gonna be lots of things I complain about in future videos that I don't have solutions for, but I do have a solution potentially. So what I would like to see, so Barebones, if you're watching, this is a solution. I would like to see on here, let's get a little closer, we'll do it over top. I would like to see something that would go around this ring. Something similar to like an O-ring that would pop on. It could be made of silicone. So it would be a circle at the base with an overarching loop. I'm gonna do a quick sketch of what that might look like. I am not an artist, which is why I'm doing videos, and that loop on the edge would be something you could just hang it and hook it in a tree. That is something that I would like to see them incorporate or work on in the future, or offer up as a secondary thing that you can go to their website and buy. I would pay 10 bucks to be able to hang this up. Okay, that's gonna be our one oh no. So where does that leave us overall on the Barebones Edison Stick? Where do I stand on it? Well, to make it short, I approve. I recommend it. I think it's cool and interesting. Obviously, it's not going to be for everybody. This is going to be a luxury item, something cool and interesting to have that has, you know, a little bit of a utility, a multi-function purpose. But I also think primarily this would be a great thing for getting a gift for somebody who is hard to shop for. They have everything. Barebones nailed it on what they were trying to go for here. They created a cool, interesting like heirloom piece that stands out from some of the other things in the market that are like this. And while there are a few opportunities, I think that, you know, we could look at like the case. I think you could justify the case for the price of it. I think that's an easy one. But the other stuff too, outside of all of that though, this is doing what I think they wanted it to do, and I think it's well within the price of $75. I think you're getting close on the price, but that's probably about the upper limits of where I would put it. So overall, I approve of the Barebones Edison Stick. Let me know what you guys think. Is it for you? Is it not for you? Could you see yourself throwing this in your bag? So Barebones Edison Stick gets a thumbs up. Thumbs up? It's just one thumb. Thumb? It's a thumb. It's a thumb up? It gets one of these. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys down below. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for spending time with me. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.